I'd like to take a moment to thank my channel members for your continued support. Thank you, and consider joining today for added perks and exclusive content. Hello and welcome, I'm Bert the Stormtrooper, and today we're going to be taking a look at the GoBots Arco Cap Pistol, and I love this toy. Originally released in 1985, he retailed for approximately $5. And no, he doesn't actually have a name. And it's one of those very generic looking GoBots. And it's one of those things that I really more like a robot. It doesn't even look like a GoBot. This was not featured in the show or anything like that. These were just like generic looking robot toys. And these are really, really fascinating toys because these were made by Arco, which was another toy company back then, and they were licensed by Tonka to just kind of slap the name GoBots on them. Never even bothered to give them any real character names or anything like that. But what these were, they were kind of like role-play toys. So this guy here, this is a cap pistol. He will transform into a gun, and he actually has a cap gun feature, which is really cool. There was another one that was a little longer. It made it look like a rifle. That was also a cap pistol. There was like a water gun, and there were even some one that turned into like binoculars. It was really cool. It's just little, generic like role-play toys that turn into these generic robots, and they just kind of slapped the name GoBots on them. It's just really cool. So this guy was found recently at a thrift store. I think it was like $1. A friend of mine found him. He sent me a picture. He said, "Hey, do you want this?" I said, "Yes, I do." And how much do you want for it? And he's like, "Here, you can have it." I think he paid like $1 or $2 for this, which is insane. What a lucky find. So here we have Cap Pistol, I guess. Let's call him Cappy. Here we have Cap standing in his robot mode. He is approximately 8 inches tall and looking like the most generic 70s and 80s robot you ever saw, just kind of going all the way around so you can see what he looks like. Yeah, there you go. There's Cap for you, Cappy for you right there. The face is all sticker detailed, so this is just a sticker right there. If he didn't have a sticker, he wouldn't have a face. There wouldn't even be a point in transforming into a robot if he didn't have that sticker on there. So really fortunate that that's still there. He's got a little GoBot sticker right down there. Other than that, yeah, he's got a gray silver body with a black and red head there, red arms with these hooks right there. It would have been nice. And I know that these were like budget toys back then, but it would have been nice if they would have put a rotation right here so you could at least turn the hands and make them a little more cohesive. As it is, he just kind of stands there, kind of like he's begging, "Love me, please. I want to love." So it just kind of looks like he's begging there. The arms in red, the waist is in red, and then the legs are in black, and that's about it. Articulation wise, not a lot to write home about. Head does not turn. The arms can go up and down and around, and that's they have to for transformation. That's about it. And then the legs can kick forward about that far. That's it. And as you saw, you can kind of manipulate them on the table to make him have the most generic robot walk ever. Love me, I wish to be loved. I don't know, I just kind of went into the Dalek territory there. Exterminate! So anyway, I love this thing. God, I'm having so much fun playing with this thing. It's so cool. All right, let's do a couple of comparisons. So I want to compare him with a couple of fellow gun robos. So here he is with Browning from Transformers. So you can see how they stack up together. Oh, don't tilt down. Don't be sad. Stand up straight. Be proud. And then here he is with Megatron. So you can kind of get a feel for a size comparison right there. Another comparison. Let's compare him to some GoBots, shall we? So here he is with, this is I'm going to put him up with some Super GoBots because they're a little more comparable. So here he is with Super GoBots Sidekill. And here he is with Stax. So again, you can kind of see how these are going to stack up, and I think this guy's going to look real good on my GoBot shelf, sitting or standing right along with my my Super GoBots here. I'm just not sure where I'm going to put him. If I'm going to put him with the Guardians or with the Renegades, haven't quite decided that yet. Okay, so getting into transformation for this guy, super simple. So we're going to start with the arms and just kind of bring them all the way back and around. take the legs right here, and you're going to fold them, just kind of fold them over, and you're going to see right there on this tie it says press, right there. So just grab both of his ties, press them in together. That's going to reveal these two plugs right here, and the arms are going to come down and over those plugs to hold the legs in place to form the handle. And then just take his neck right here, or not his neck, really his the top of his head. This is going to extend to form the barrel. And finally, we're going to reach down here and bring down the trigger. And there is Mr. Cap Gun, or Cappy, in his gun mode. And again, looking like the most generic sci-fi laser pistol you ever saw. There you go. There's no way anybody's getting shot over this. It's just... This is the kind of toys that we used to bring to school when I was a kid. You could get away with bringing stuff like this to school back then. But there you go. There's Cappy's gun mode. It is approximately 8 inches long, about 4.5 inches tall from there to there. 5 if you go to here, but there you go. And yeah, it is the mode. It's basically just a robot folded over. It's very generic, very 70s sci-fi generic. I mean, not even 70s. I'm going back to the 50s with this one. Back to your old Flash Gordon serials generic laser gun with this, which is really cool. Like it. All right. Let's do a couple of quick comparisons real quick. He will not stand, unfortunately, so I'll have to hold him here. But here he is with Browning. So you can see how the two of them stack up together. And yet you could get in trouble with that. Back in the day, you could not get in trouble with this guy right there. So you can see those. And then let's bring Megatron in one more time. And again, Megatron, you could get in trouble for carrying Megatron around. Not so much with Cappy here. So that's his new name. His name is Cappy now, officially. All right, let's get to the Cap Gun feature. So there's a little piece up here. There's a little, it looks like maybe a little bullet or something. I don't know, but this is spring loaded. You pull this back and this is going to open, and that's going to reveal our little, is that a revolver maybe? Or, well, anyway, our load chamber right there. So, these, if you find these out in the wild, they have suffered to time. They have gotten worn out. That powder just kind of sits in there eating away at the metal parts. These parts in here, they are metal. So this one, as you can see, is missing a little chunk right here. Now, when I got it, it did have all 8 of the tips. So it would actually fire all 8 of my caps. And in playing with it and, cleaning it and playing with it and testing it out or whatever, I have lost one of my tips there. So I'm only going to be able to shoot 7 out of the 8 rounds. But this works with your basic generic 8 cap rings, just like this. So I've got one right here, and as it happens, this one, because they're usually poorly built, is already missing a cap right there. So the missing cap is the one we're going to put on that missing tip. So basically, we just load that in right there. And, cap guns, if you're not familiar with cap guns, because they're really kind of not a thing now. They were a thing when I was a kid. They're not much of a thing now. They are very hit or miss. No pun intended, because we're playing with a toy gun here. But they are very hit or miss on how they work. Sometimes you'll put those little caps in there, and all 8 of the shots will fire at once, and it's fantastic. Most of the times, you'll get a pop and a click, and then a click, and maybe another pop, and they just kind of skip it. You just keep going until it stops popping. So anyway, there it is, and then all you got to do is pull the trigger. That's it. That's working. If you look very closely, you might see a little bit of flash here on one of these sides right there. So let's see if we can get one of those. See, there's a mess. And that's it. And you just kind of keep going until you've gone all the way around a couple of times and they've all popped. And then you can just remove that, and look at, there's a little smoke coming out right there, and it makes a mess, and your parents get mad at you, and your teachers take the toy away, and oh, what great times the 80s were. So anyway, we'll remove that, and okay, I haven't lost any more tips. That's good. Let's do another one. Why not? Just for fun, let's do another one, because, I have a bunch of these. Look, so I had a hard time finding these caps. So I had to order some online, and, I had to order multiple packs of them. And then as it happens, then I just randomly found them also in a store after weeks and weeks of searching. Then suddenly, after I ordered them online, I found them in stores. So I bought a couple in stores, and now I've got like 3 or 4 packs of these caps. So, and this is probably not going to get shot or played with much after this video, so I might as well go through it now. Here we go. All right, so that was all 7 rounds. Look at the smoke coming out right there, and that was all 7 rounds. So the one skip that we got was that one right there, that little white piece right there that was sitting here on the missing tip. Other than that, the other 7 rounds they shot first time through. So that's really cool. And again, you know, it does make a little bit of a mess. These are kind of intended to be played with outdoors. We used to play toy guns back in the day, cops and robbers and that kind of stuff. And we used to shoot at each other with cap guns all the time. This is just things we did as kids. We ran around shooting cap guns at each other. So very, very fun toy. It really is kind of a relic of a time long gone that we're probably not going to see again. And it's just really neat. What a neat opportunity to find one of these out in the wild, be able to save it and just kind of just save them for prosperity and show them off to some of you guys that maybe are not familiar with toys like this. This is such a cool little piece of toy history. And I think that about does it for the GoBots Arco Cap Pistol, or as I've decided to call this guy, Cappy. What did you think of this toy? Let me know down in the comments. Give me some thumbs up. Subscribe and hit that bell icon so you're notified when I upload a new video. I've got a donate button up there. I also now offer channel memberships. If you want to do either one of those, I would greatly appreciate it. Thank you so much for watching. Please share with your friends if you like what you see, and I'll talk to you next time.